There they go, and wait for them to go for the drivers as well. Looks like Luppy has had a full start in the background. They're not sure what's happened, but off the line we go. Paris with a dreadful start. There's carbon fiber flying in the background already, but it's Vallu already up into the lead, but Luca challenging him side by side through turn 1. Through turn 2 they go, and Vallu's pushed wide. Luca has the inside line for turn 3, but he's going to have to be the last of the late breakers down there. He is so as he gets his nose just ahead. Vallu keeping alongside, but forced to concede in the end. Maverick has picked up a 5-second penalty for corner cutting already and gaining a place. Not sure if that has anything to do with Lucky's issues.
Alpha and A2UK are pretty much side by side as well as now Iceman looking to have a go at AJ Haas versus Alfa Romeo, and that's AJ just slamming the door shut on the Macedonian.
Yeah, you could tell that the predicted pit stop strategy does not know what's going on there, so I think we can ignore that one. As Paris now battling with Vallu, trying to get back past on those medium tyres. Had a poor getaway off the line on that harder compound compared to the rest of the soft runners around, and that's, to be honest, what we should have expected. Vexit now looking to challenge Paris as well through turn 11. They're all going to stick in place for now until we get further behind, where Iceman making the move on AJ, and Ulas up his inside as well, forces the Alfa Romeo wide, will come back on track ahead of the Red Bull driver. Kenners, by the way, he's had a storming start. He was 19th on the grid. He's up into 10th. Both Renaults have gained a couple of positions as well. Is that someone into the pits already? And it is Kenners who's rolling the dice even more. A great start. And now he's the first one into the pits. Elon Tusk matches him as well. Vexit's got past Paris up towards the front, but no, Paris fights back there. Forces Vexit wide, and here comes Rainbow interested in the fight down to turn 3 as well. He'll have the inside line on the Williams driver. They are going to battle, and that's going to give Paris a little bit of breathing space up ahead. Rainbow should have that position bought and paid for into turn 5, and he does so with the inside line. Battling once again here.
Running wide.
Exit Rainbow into the back of Paris there, who's pushed even further wide. They're still going side by side in the background as well. But up here at the front, it's Luca from Vallu, then 3 seconds down to Paris. They're all heading into the pits right now. Rainbow stayed out.
Paris has a 5-second time penalty. He sped into the pit lane. The one mistake, and everyone's trying to gain pit position. The other question to remember is, will there be any double stacking? I don't think two drivers of the same team have come in, and now it's Rainbow leading from A2 UK. It's going to be AJ dropping down the order because he's coming to the pits as well.
Look at this hold for Max as well. That's a disaster for the Renault team as he gets held as several drivers go flying past. So we should see Luca coming back out in the lead here, unless Kenners and Elon have had an incredible outlap on their intermediate tyres, but I don't think they would have been fast enough, and they indeed were not.
Yep, and now Kalsper's going to have a little look. Max will go defensive. Kalsper around the outside. Can he find the grip? They're going to squeeze each other. And Kalsper through a turn 9. Surely will get the job done. Still side by side, but the Williams driver just finds that slightly superior traction. He'll have Max on his rear end, but the slipstream just not strong enough in the wet. Kalsper's up to P7. He will actually drop behind Vexit. Now Rainbow looks for the move on Max.
Going up the inside here, trying to catch him out with a late move, but Max, more than a match around the outside of turn 8. Great driving there from the Renault guy, and now Marinkello looking to get involved with Rainbow.
Rainbow, though, is going to go for a move again. Max goes defensive, Rainbow looks for the inside, and Rainbow switches back to the outside, side by side through turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, still going to be battling down to 3 as well, but Max struggling over the curbing on the exit of 2 means he's going to get a worse run. It'll have to be a dive bomb up the inside, but he goes for it nevertheless. He's not giving up in this battle with Rainbow, but it is going to be the Mercedes driver who takes it, and now Max might find himself losing not 1 but 2 positions as far this race. I think we're learning that Marinkello is not an aggressive wheel-to-wheel driver, but if you can just wait for Max to make that kind of mistake, you can take the position away. The Renault driver will fight back, and he certainly is aggressive. Look at that around the outside of turn 12. That would be one hell of a move, but it's not able to come off for the Renault driver, who loses yet another position. Down into 10th he goes. Luca and Iceman, both Haas drivers, they've pulled the trigger. They're into the pits for the extreme wets. Between the Estonian and the Croatian behind, it's only a matter of time before Luca gets past, though he is struggling to hold on to the car through turn 13 there, and actually Kalsper does stay out. So, wow, into the side of him he goes. There was a bit of lag going on there, and the Haas driver has gone completely round, so this is the opportunity Vallu needed. and he will take the lead of this race, no doubt about it. Rain all the way down to 19th and last, and that has shades of China about it. As here we see Vallu and Calcifer battling. Calcifer has already dispatched one of the front runners on the wet tires, although that was emphatically not his fault. This time it's Vallu who can just drive clean around the outside of the Estonian in turn 11 there, and that just shows that it is definitely time for wet tires.
You hope, they need to pray that the rain will start to lighten up.
And you can see just how much of a difference there was in grip through turn 15 there between Vallu and Ulas, as the Finnish driver makes light work of the Turk down in towards turn 1.
Fairly shortly, how long can Vexit keep Vallu behind? Because don't forget, Vallu has a time penalty, Vexit doesn't, so this could end up being the battle for the lead. Here goes Vallu.
Vallu going around the outside here, making light work of Vexit. Nothing that the British driver could hope to do to battle back there in that situation, and he comes into the pits as well. We must have had another moment. Paris has dropped back as well. He's lost the position to Vallu there for the lead of this race, and the Finn regained top spot. Into the pits comes Paris, does manage to get it slowed down this time around, and surely this is going to be another set of inters for him. He didn't spin all the way around, but is he missing an end plate on that front wing as well there? I think he is, yeah, his right end plate on his front wing, as his teammate's going to be driving past him right now. This is turning into a disaster for Vexit, as it did for Max, as it's done for Wheeze. There's so many drivers who have had such rough times of it in this race, and it's working out okay for Vallu, for Luca, and for Iceman, who finds himself in a podium spot right now, with Rainbow challenging him for it, as Ulas is retired from the race. There's a Calcifer's all over the road there, and I don't know what happened between Rainbow and Iceman, but the Lithuanian has managed to make it past, and I think Ulas just went into the pits to retire there.
Yeah, and Vexit, he's had to cut the corner. He tries to slow it right down to not get a penalty. He makes contact with the rear end of Calcifer. He still gets a 3-second time penalty. Vexit, I think he needs to pit. He needs to get that front wing change.
But AJ has a Calcifer all over his rear end, and A2 has Iceman all over his.
Yeah, Iceman's going to go for the move down the inside now into turn 8. He'll get it done nice and cleanly. Now it's on Calcifer to jump ahead of AJ, because don't forget, Calcifer's been on these intermediate tires for a lap. Now going to be 2 laps. Rainbow pit.
So he's had a long pit stop for some reason there. Maybe a front wing change or something.
He's going to go behind Calcifer, I think, as well. They're going to be neck and neck on the exit of the pit. Paris will take P2. Calcifer takes P4, but Lucas on fresh intermediate tires right behind him. This is going to be a 3-lap battle to the very end.
This is a disaster. Lucas should have stayed out. It's all gone wrong for the Haas driver. He's up the inside now, forcing the Williams into the advertising boards there. And he makes his way past. Calcifer will not be pleased with that one. And I think we might well see that going to the stewards, as Luca did not leave him much space on the outside of the entry to turn 3 there. Calcifer has regained the position on Luca. On the wets like Rainbow is, he's not going to be easy meat, as they are about to find Rainbow to be. And the Lithuanian will just have to wave as these guys go flying past. On the first part of the Mistral straight here is basically like he's being lapped. The blue flag's not literally out, but they may as well be. But now Luca trying to capitalize on the situation. Deep up the inside of turn 8, and Calcifer has gone flying off the road. That is not what I expected to see the Williams doing there whatsoever. And Luca and Calcifer come to blows yet again. And Calcifer comes off far worse. So there is a huge pace difference now between the inters and the wets, and maybe it would have all fallen apart for Luca on this final lap of the race had he stayed out. As things stand, he's on track for 3rd, but that might well be taken away from him depending on if there's any post-race penalties he needs to watch out for. Calcifer making light work of Rainbow, and Iceman surely will have enough time to do the same on this final lap. He will gain 5th position, and that will be his best result of the season. In fact, he's going to gain it through penalties anyway, and he might even look to gain 4th away from Calcifer if he can just get past Rainbow nice and quickly. He didn't need that to happen in front of him. And now a 3-second time penalty for avoiding it. Surely that can be taken away from the Macedonian driver there, because he was avoiding an incident by running out wide there. So I think that should be taken away from his final time. So if he can stay within 3 seconds of Calcifer, that could be a huge deal right there to snag 4th away and get the Haas team for a provisional 3rd and 4th place finish. But he's just gained another 5-second penalty for cutting a corner and gaining a place. We can both agree that that's utter nonsense as well. Up towards the front though, Vallu, he's about to come across the line in the Alpha Tauri and win the French Grand Prix by a comfortable margin. The Finn does it again, 13 seconds back to Paris Burrell, who was penaltyless. One of the only drivers, the only driver to be penaltyless at the end of the race. It's not enough to claim the victory away from Vallu. It's still 9.6 seconds at the flag. Here comes Luca up towards the line. A controversial race for the Croatian driver in the Haas, but he's done a good job in terms of raw pace. At least looks like he might have been able to challenge Vallu for the win, but wasn't able to do so. Calcifer across the line in 4th. He will be fuming in that cockpit. Iceman comes across in 5th. I think he will take that position away from Calcifer if those penalties are removed, because he came across the line 2.8 seconds behind the Estonian. Rainbow on those very aged wet tires manages to limp home in 6th, just ahead of Marin Keller, who couldn't steal the position away from the Mercedes. And then Chegg Fried Rice on for an 8th place finish as well. Another great result for the Racing Point driver, who is stepping up here in the new and improved Premier X Season 2. The Alfa Romeos look like they're going to be able to claim 9th and 10th as well, for yet more solid points for the team in 4th.